You're fools. As you wish.
Okay, here we go. RavExel here at the Well Played Games 2 event, live here at Raiders eSports Center, brought to you by the Ontario eSports League, the OESL. This is the culminating event of the summer schedule. That's where they have hosted 10 events. And here we are at the, well, it was supposed to be the last event, but we have a very exciting Dota 2 event going on to September 10th, Sunday, here at Raiders. So this was supposed to be the 10th event, but it is the 9th. And here we have, once everything gets all settled on the stream, it should be working. We're just working out some initial technical issues, but we've got that here right now. We have Galio as the first pick, followed by Warwick and Renekton. So we already know what the top lane's going to be. It's unlikely that Galio is going to be mid lane. He's primarily played top lane in solo queue. On the pros, he is played in mid lane, but not quite as fancy and flashy as a lot of solo queue players like to play with their mid laner. So apologize on the stream here. Things are going a little bit wild. This should alleviate it. Now we have League of Legends front and center. Jarvan picked up. He, in the pro leagues, he tends to be the top lane pick, although he's about a 70-30 jungler pick, so 70% likely to be a jungle. Here, I'm assuming that they're going to be playing mostly in the solo queue style. And with this Cassiopeia hover, or the Syndra hover, we now know that Galio is going to be top lane, and we have the ever-powerful Syndra going to be going ahead into the mid lane. This is a slightly curious pick because Ahri is the traditional counter to LeBlanc in the mid lane. Also, Galio would have done extremely well in the mid lane. So is this being recorded? A little bit crazy on the stream. See if we can go ahead and fix that. But now we have the lanes all set up. Leona being picked as a counter to Sona. Now she's just been buffed to have her Q, her stun, be 6 seconds at every level. So at level 1, which it used to be 10 seconds, the stun would be up, is now at 6 seconds. So definitely strong in the first few levels, which you always upgrade your Q, but towards the later levels is going to be going back down to normal. She was at 6 seconds before the 7.717 patch. So I'm just going to take a minute to see if we can get the stream up and running. This is a little bit wild, a little bit crazy, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and roll with the punches. Let's hopefully when the game client goes up, this will go ahead and fix itself. But so let's go ahead and break down the lanes that we have for you today. We have Renekton against Galio top. So Renekton's looking to be pretty aggressive in the top lane. And is going to be trying to pick up some early kills on Galio. Galio looking more to roam, to use his ultimate over into mid lane or to help his jungler. Just got a little bit of early quality issues. Again, this is live, so first game of the day. We're trying to get this all right. But it seems to be going on a loop here. But okay, well, 1 minute left. Let's might as well talk well about the game. So mid lane, you're going to give the advantage. It's really it's a kill or be killed lane. I expect both laners to be picking Ignite, and then we have bot lane. Definitely the poke advantage is going to be towards Lucian and Sona, but the all-in advantage is going to be for Xayah and Leona. So we're going to see how this Leona plays. You don't see her picked in pro play because she's an all-in or nothing. In pro play, you tend to see the Alistar picked and not the Leona. But ever since this buff, I've been waiting to see her played as a somewhat former Leona player who has stopped playing her in favor of Alistar. I've been wanting to see what this 6-second Q at all levels is going to be doing for the lane. So it's going to be really dependent on that first and second engage when she goes in with the E and then lands the Q right afterward. How this is going to look. For the jungle, we're having Warwick versus Jarvan. Jarvan's looking to make a bigger difference in the lanes. Whereas Warwick is going to be looking to hard farm, get a CS advantage, get a level advantage on Jarvan, and then start to burst out these early objectives: first dragon, second dragon, and of course the Rift Herald. So we are in a 3-minute delay. We've got the game going. It's hopefully the Twitch stream is not still going all nuts. And if it was just for the initial part, then hey, who really cares about that? We've got the game going right now. Slight 3-minute delay, but this is what makes this exciting. This is the second game of the Well Played Games #2 tournament of the League of Legends. Here we have Team Alpha versus Team Bravo. They both incurred losses in their first games, but both of them are going to be looking to bounce back with a win here and then try to challenge another team for a 2-1 record here in the round robin. So we're going with a round robin format where every team plays each other once, and then we're going to have a semifinals that are going to be seeded. So first place team plays the fourth place team, second place team plays the third place team, and so on. And then we're going to have a finals, which is going to be determined based on timing, whether it's going to be best of 1 or best of 3. So very excited to see this. Two diamond players, as we saw on the blue team. So if diamonds are forever, we're going to see if they can also take this game down. Got all set up for you. We're going to go ahead and move these champions around so that it's a little easier to understand and follow. There we go. Lanes are all up. And we're going to go around the map. We have some early river pressure by the red team. And not too much. They're putting some defensive wards just to prevent any sort of early Jarvan engage, but really both teams don't have an early invading team that we're seeing so far. We have blue team starting on the red buff, and then we're having the red team starting on the blue buff. Pretty standard. When you start the red buff here, it allows for your bot lane to kind of get to lane a little faster. Warwick just, I guess, talking with his team there. And then, as you're going to see, both teams are going to come into the lane just about even. And the Xayah takes the early CS lead by 1. So both teams will be able to get back, getting all that XP, and neither are going to have an XP advantage. Here, the bot lane, when you have Sona, as you can see, she started Q, you're going to want to poke. So where she is right now is not where you want to be. You want to be towards the towards the minion wave here, and you're going to want to be poking the enemy Leona or Xayah as soon as they come up for any CS. So there, as maybe she's being told by her Lucian, or maybe she's figuring that out herself, but going ahead and taking the early pressure. And because of that, they're able to get to level 2, and Lucian able to get the E and double shot off to get the early advantage. And we're going to see if they're going to be able to take this on into the later part of this lane. But really good job by blue team, and an early lead in the bot lane, just knowing how to play range versus melee bot lane mechanics. So Sona picking that up and making the change. Here, as expected, we have a fairly even battle. Galio getting a little bit of early damage onto the Renekton, both hitting level 3 at the same time, both getting all the XP for every single minion. Renekton farming just slightly better than Galio, not wanting to go too far in as Galio because he's not sure where the jungler is. You got to know that the jungler was going to start the blue camp by how the bottom lane got to lane, so they should have a timer that that should be around now to about 4 minutes. Warwick went for a full clear on the bottom side, so is not going to be able to gank too quickly. But as stated before, Warwick's looking to get the early levels, lots of CS, and possibly try to get this first dragon, which as we can see is an Infernal Dragon. So very, very valuable objective to be playing for, and he's trying to get the early levels to allow him to be able to solo that, or possibly get an advantage by facing Jarvan in the jungle, knocking him out, and then going for that first objective. But we're going to have to see what the ganking styles are for each of these junglers. LeBlanc doing an excellent job on the farm. I believe she was one of the diamond players, so she's doubling the CS of the Syndra, and Syndra's got to be very careful with half health and almost half mana here against this what looks like an excellent farming and excellent wave manipulating LeBlanc. More to come on this. I really can see a first blood happen in this mid lane. I don't want to go, but we're having the first gank. Jarvan with the first gank, trying to go into Xayah, but is not able to get the follow-up damage. Instead, turning onto the Leona, and all kinds of damage towards this bot lane. And you really like how this bot lane is shaping up for the Lucian and Sona. And when you have the early jungle pressure from Jarvan, you're going to have the bot lane of red team heading back, trying to pick up a couple of item pieces, and then head back into this lane, hopefully not down too much CS. Very curiously, they're not pushing this bot lane, is blue team. Ultimate is deciding to let this come towards the tower. And the reason I say curiously is because Sona has so little mana. She's got to be very careful in spending her mana here if this lane is going to be staying. So they did a good job in wave manipulation and being able to have the lane exactly where you want it if you're going to freeze it. She just needs to make sure not to waste any more mana on healing because she doesn't need any health herself. And she needs to save it for when the enemy bot lane is going to be coming back with items, as you know, and full mana and full health. So about a 10 CS lead, but they do have the minions pushing towards the red team, but a nice early lead from blue, and we're going to have to see what is going to be the culmination of this. Jarvan is just waiting there. Looks like he's going to try to go ahead and gank bottom. And here we go. The call's being made. There's no wards up. That's a fault of Leona. What is she doing? It's going to be a 3-on-2. Do we going to have a first blood on here? They're trying to make it out. The EQ just barely misses. 1 bar and down for the first blood. We have Lucian picking that up. And it was what a great decision to stay in lane, possibly talking with the jungler to come back down there and get the early advantage. And they're going to most certainly want to push this lane, get back, get that first item, and we're going to see if what part of the serrated dirk, or what part of the Blade of the Rune King, whether they have enough for the Bilgewater Cutlass, or it's going to be doing more of a boots and item piece type build. But great job with the early ganks for Jarvan. Look at him, it's only 6 minutes and 30 seconds, and he ganked twice, picked up the first blood for his team, and is now heading back to farming. Yes, he's going to have a CS disadvantage minorly from the Warwick, who is hard farming, but very, very worth it on his pathing. And absolutely, take a look at the items here for Lucian, building that Bilgewater Cutlass and boots. This is the carry build. He's going to be looking to engage, looking to have Sona, especially at 6, do the 2-man ultimate, and him following up with the damage. Where you see the advantage on red team is definitely looking towards the LeBlanc. With the 20 CS lead, already hitting level 6, just like Syndra though, but this LeBlanc is looking to explode, and you never know when it's going to happen. Here we have an engagement on the top lane. Minion advantage for Renekton, but with Galio having that Sheen, getting some freakishly strong damage. And with that Sheen, it makes you wonder what kind of item that this Galio is starting. He's going aggressive. Very, very curious. Not a LCS type build on the Galio. Going instead more to try to turn this. Here we have the flash taunt, followed up by the Q. Jarvan with the EQ, and the pathing was just a little bit mistaken. He should have kind of pathed up towards where the escape was going to be for Renekton. Instead of going directly towards the champion, you want to go ahead and block off the escape. Galio had more than enough damage and the minion wave to be able to kill this Renekton by himself. And the slightly incorrect passing by Jarvan just made sure that that kill did not happen. This is an amateur tournament. There are players from all the way from silver to diamond in this game, so you never know who's playing who. And but there we did see that LeBlanc was a diamond player, and I didn't quite catch who was the second diamond player on the team, as the champion select and borders were only on for a second or two. Here we have Lucian looking to be aggressive with that Bilgewater Cutlass. He's got the early damage. Ultimate used by Sona. They're going to try to burst this for the damage, but not quite being able to get it. And that is a couple of ultimates down for the blue team, and without anything to get for it, just a flash. So they're going to look to try to have the wave freeze for them, but it is slightly pushing. And that could be an opportunity for Warwick to gank if he was in the area, which he's not. He's over instead doing his topside jungle and still working on that CS lead. Now at a remarkable 43-28. At his next item buy, he should be able to solo this dragon or Rift Herald. And there, being able to pick up the first kill for the red team is Warwick. He would have liked to give it to LeBlanc, just judging how this team is kind of playing around each other. But LeBlanc's going to use this assist and this early pressure to push this lane in and go back and probably finish up her Gunblade. I would like to see Warwick finish his jungling route and then go back to base, purchase an item, and then head towards the dragon. As that's one way to get a lead with Warwick. He's getting the blue buff right now, and because he's still at full health and half mana, there's no need to go back to base just yet. He could decide, although it might be a little bit risky, to go for the dragon at this point, but because he's got no wards and his bot lane has not been able to push up just yet and does not have the advantage to do so, it's be a little bit risky to go ahead and try for that first Infernal Dragon. So much going on around the map, but we have an early gold lead of 700 for red team, and that's even with the blue team getting first blood. So let's go ahead and take a look at the gold leads, and I think I know where everything is. It's going to be towards the LeBlanc. So here we have top lane. Oh, but before we have this, we have a gank once again from Jarvan. He's most certainly going to get at least one kill. Leona getting the ultimate down, trying to slow down some of the team, but forcing the flash out of Xayah. And picks up one kill for the Lucian, now a 2-0-0-78 farm. And flash is gone from Xayah, and I fully expect Jarvan to target this bot lane here in the next 5 minutes while this flash is down. Let's head back into the gold. So we're going to see a little bit different now that this second kill has gone over. Just 200 advantage for the red team as opposed to the blue. And for top lane, we have a 300 advantage for Renekton. The jungle also about the same. As in a 300 advantage. Mid lane, a massive 900 advantage for LeBlanc. All kinds of pings going in the mid lane, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Bot lane, also the big advantage for Lucian at 800, and then the support about 500 at Sona because of those two assists. So you can see where the advantages are. For red team, they have the advantage in the mid lane, and their jungler is getting a decent amount of farm. But the blue team, we have the AD carry with all the gold on their team. So we're looking at this early objective for the Warwick. He's just continuing to hard farm, and at level 7, you're more than enough, and especially with that first kill, finishing the Cinder Hulk jungle item, more than enough to be able to get an objective. So you see your bottom lane not doing so well here, so it's dangerous to go for the dragon, but you can at least go for the Rift Herald. And here we're having a trade of the kills. Xayah picking up Sona while Lucian picking up Leona. You don't want to be engaging this as Xayah. You're down a level. Yes, you have a slight advantage in the health and the yeah, just in the health bar and in the level, but you cannot be facing this Lucian now that he has the 2 parts of the Bilgewater Cutlass, and his neck backs, you know he's getting Boric. So very, very key. Blue team's going to have to play around Lucian. You're going to have to keep him alive. And we now figured out what the Galio is doing. He looks like he's going to be going for the Iceborne Gauntlet. That's just what he was waiting at the tower for. So Iceborne Gauntlet's going to be looking to slow people, going to be looking to get that damage from the Sheen, going to have lots of mana in his bar, and unfortunately is a little bit down on the CS. Renekton has to be able to do something. He needs to be able to teleport to help win his team win a team fight. He needs to be able to either do that or win top lane, get an early tower, or an early kill. We more than enough damage here for LeBlanc, and this could be Warwick's chance to start this dragon. Your bot lane is pushed up. You've just got to kill, and no, he's deciding not to. He's going to continue farming. I really don't like this from the Warwick. You have the kill. You have the 4-on-5, and you decide not to go for the dragon. This is a very, very valuable dragon. You even have the XP lead. So if it was become a smite fight with an EQ in from Jarvan looking to smite, then you have a chance to win it with the 50 extra damage. Renekton getting all kinds of damage onto the turret. He doesn't know where the jungler is, so that's why he's being very careful as to not wanting to engage. About 30 CS up. Doesn't have his Hydra item finished just yet. So although he does lots of damage, all this armor from Galio is being able to defend anything that Renekton's able to throw his way. Galio looking to keep the CS lead just where it is at 30 CS down. He doesn't want Renekton to get any sort of more advantages. Galio will scale higher than this Renekton. But here we have pings going down in the bot lane. Jarvan hiding down in the pink ward. He's looking for the engage coming in. He does have the Cataclysm up. Let's see how he wishes to engage it. I'm sure he'd like an EQ engage. There he goes. EQ engage. Featherstorm being able to block the CC on that. Cataclysm locking in the Xayah after the Featherstorm. Goes up, goes down, found is in his trap, and a kill being able to go over for the Jarvan. Assist for the Sona and the Lucian. Let's take a look at the bot lane, and Blade of the Rune King finished up, and they're going to have 4 members on this Leona. Be more than enough to kill him. I do suspect them to go for this first tower. Renekton is getting all kinds of damage onto this top tower, and is going to be taking it at some point, but because they see the Warwick there, deciding not to go for the turret, and instead going to go for the easy dragon. Warwick's not going to be able to be there in time to have a smite fight, and really he wouldn't want to 1-on-4. I don't know why, but he's pushing his bot lane, and he's going to put his bot lane in a very precarious situation with the wave being frozen kind of towards the middle of the map, as Jarvan has been targeting this bot lane. We have a gank coming up in the top. LeBlanc being able to get on the Galio, and she does magic damage, able to crush the Galio because Galio only has armor. Just the Mercury Treads is not quite enough to be able to sustain that sort of damage. And here we have First Blood Gold, and look at the gold lead that has now come from this early the early great farming by LeBlanc and the first tower gold. So the gold lead now at 2,600. win condition is that Warwick's going to have to start playing a larger role in this game. He can't just stay in the jungle and farm. He's not even going for objectives. He has to either help his laners, engage some 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s. He's got to be able to make a difference. He will scale harder than the Jarvan, but he can't just stay in the jungle and farm all day. He's going to have to do something, and we're going to see if it's maybe an item breakpoint that he's waiting for, or if it's for the right opportunity to go for the Rift Herald. It's only 2 minutes left. Could also be for the next dragon that he's going to be looking to contest. Blue buff going over to the Jarvan, and not wanting the Syndra to lose the blue buff to this LeBlanc. I can see why that Jarvan is taking it. Syndra is just in damage control, now at almost only half CS, and Galio coming in for a defensive ultimate, and just because it didn't hit doesn't mean that wasn't a good move. You had two very, very strong champions heading towards the middle, and Syndra was only at a quarter health. So I like what Galio was thinking. If that Syndra goes down, you're most certainly going to be losing this mid tower. So a nice defensive play. Galio helping out other parts of the map. Just because he's doing okay in top lane doesn't mean he's not going to come and help the rest of his team. So good guy Galio coming in, helping to save this tower, and it looks like red team is going to go focus somewhere else in the map. Top lane has been abandoned by both laners. Renekton looking like to make his way down to bot lane. He's got half health, and the Dominus is up. So going to try to get this control ward out, trying to get a little bit of position. Jarvan's coming in. Sona with the defensive ult, being able to lock up the Warwick. Leona coming down with the ultimate, and kills are being traded all over the place here. And we're going to have to see where the cards fly at the end of this. Does Galio get out? He's got 3 people on him. He has the tower, not able to get the knockup on LeBlanc. Very, very close. But we have a 3 for 2 in favor of red team. And the gold lead stays at its very high 3,400 mark. So red not wanting to do anything too drastic by 3-man diving a Galio underneath tower with only partial health bars. So I like the restraint that red team's being shown, and LeBlanc's going to try to head towards the middle of the map. Going to push that in. Now at 3-0-2, this rests entirely on her shoulders. So here we have the battle of LeBlanc versus Lucian. And I can't wait to see this. Let's go ahead and give these guys a shout out. We have Ultimate being played as Lucian, and then Fizz on that Ashe for LeBlanc. And we're going to have to see. This is going to be a battle of titans at 6-1-1 for Lucian. Already with the Berserker Greaves finished, Blade of the Rune King finished, and already 3/4 way through on this Black Cleaver. Once he gets that item, he's going to be able to shred through just about any tank that red team has to offer. And we're going to switch back over to the LeBlanc, and she's got the Hextech Gunblade all finished. Sork shoes done as well. Going left, going right. Able to get the damage onto the Syndra, slowing her down with the red buff as well. Warwick, at least he's trying to gank now. Now that he's joined his team, 1-1-3. So he was just waiting to finish getting the item breakpoint and the level. Now, ever since he hit about level 10, he's been starting to help his team, and it goes to show you what that's doing. Now at 1-1-3, he only had that 1 kill before, and he's picked up 3 assists. So helping LeBlanc get kills, and everyone on his team has a kill as well. So they're spreading the kills around quite nicely on red team. Once again, Jarvan's coming on the bottom. This is where they're winning the game. Jarvan not able to get the CC on the right targets, and Leona down to 1/4 health. The ultimate being used, and Xayah still has her ultimate in case there's a return gank from Jarvan. But both junglers focusing on the lanes that are winning. And as a jungler, that's exactly what you want to be doing. And if you're a laner and you're winning your lane very hard, call for your jungler help. Just because you're 2-0, 3-0, that doesn't mean that you're going to win the game. You want to make sure that you're 5-0, 6-0. That's when you can go ahead and dominate this game. And take a look at this LeBlanc at 4-0-2, 168 farm at 22 minutes. Definitely large and in charge. Whereas this Lucian also stacking on the kills, 7, 1, and 1, and next back is most likely to be able to finish that Black Cleaver. Next dragon started, but we have 3 on it right now. Gonna be 4 shortly. Mountain Dragon, gonna be able to trading the dragons back. It's gonna be 1 dragon to 1, Infernal for Mountain, and this game is really anyone's for the taking. You got to give the early advantage for red team now that they're 4,000 gold up, but really, I do like how Galio is starting to come into the rest of his team. I like how that Jarvan is going ahead and focusing the bot lane, getting the advantage to Lucian where it matters. Sona has not taken any kills, went Ardent Sensor first, exactly what she'd be doing. And she's going to be massive in this this early to mid game. Now that Ardent Sensor, though it did get nerfed for the middle to late game, is going to be huge with that lifesteal and well, life drain and the attack speed. Now that 25% at all ranks. So a little bit of a lull in the game now that the next dragon's been taken. Neither team feels confident enough to go for the Baron. I would like to see both teams, their junglers specifically, start warding for this dragon. Renekton going hard under the Galio, but Galio's just got so much armor with this Iceborne Gauntlet that really he's only doing damage onto Renekton, and Renekton's just hitting him and really doing nothing. But now with the Jarvan help, being able to get some solid damage onto this Renekton, using the Dominus, getting all kinds of sustain. Warwick being able to turn this, he's able to pick up the kill onto Jarvan, and we're going to have to see where the next kill goes, and it goes towards the Renekton. Now, getting a firm domination of the top, 217 farm at 24 minutes, 2, 1, and 4, and they're pushing hard into this second tier turret. Let's see how much damage they're able to get with nobody able. This is where they're breaking the game open. They've got the gold lead. They're going for the second turret. They don't care if they have no minions. They don't care if they're only doing 25% damage to the turret. They're still able to take it. And we have the second tier gone for the red team. Big time map advantage for the incoming Baron fight. They might determine they won't even need the Baron, but we're going to have to see. Now gold lead at 7,400. This is where the domination zone's happening, and it's not only LeBlanc now, it's the rest of the team pitching in. LeBlanc, Warwick, Renekton putting all kinds of pressure, and I just love how this team is coming together in the most important time, which is the mid game, to get this lead. Blue team, knowing that they have to come back, they have a 4-on-2, they have to pick up some kills. Warwick, knowing that he can't turn this fight just yet, is deciding to back his team up but not dive in. Very calculated play by Warwick, not going in, even though he had the double buff, did not want it to have this team turn back around. They know they have the lead, they know that they can still lose this game, but blue team, they're going to have to get some vision out. They're going to have to get a favorable team fight. That was a defensive ultimate from Sona. She wasn't very unlikely to get the kill there, but she had to go ahead and get that ultimate, or else Lucian was dead. And if Lucian dies, your whole team dies. And I'll tell you what, that might make Sona cry if Lucian dies. That's how close they are in this lane. But here we have with the fight, we have Warwick coming in, but he doesn't have enough tank to sustain this type of damage. He goes down to the Galio. Renekton trading back to the Lucian, and we all were told that Lucian has all the damage here, and once he goes down, the rest of his team's going down. 3-on-1 now, and there's little to nothing that this Galio can do. It doesn't matter how much tank he has. When you're against 3 players, you can't win that fight. Red team getting the big time lead, 4-on-2, and we're going to see what they're going to do with this advantage, whether they try to push a lane or whether they try to go Baron. Really, it could be a little bit dangerous going Baron, even though you have Jarvan down for 15 seconds. They're going to decide to put turret pressure, and why risk it? Just get the solid turrets, get the gold lead, you know, be safe, head back, get some vision out, clear some vision in their jungle, and keep dominating this game. I love how this team is playing very careful with their advantage, not going too deep, and just looking to win this game by the numbers. Once again, I'm RavExel, solo casting this for you. I will have a partner, Mr. Gold, joining me for the future games. This is Well Played Games number 2, brought to you by the Ontario eSports League, OESL, here at Raiders. That's at St. Clair and Yonge, the premier esports destination and bar. here in Toronto. I'm trying. It's all good. 10,000 gold lead. Just seeing my friend Andrew come say hi to me, wanting to support, and then this monumentous event kicking off the summer schedule. 10 events that the OESL has been throwing here all over the GTA, and you got to hand it to these guys. Throwing this many events with this many games is no easy matter, and they've been able to do this all within a matter of a few months. So good job on them. They had the Dota 2 tournament kicking off, finishing up the last of the summer schedule, and more big things to come. I was speaking with some of the organizers, Christian and Josh, and it can't wait. But here we have action. Dominus being used, getting into it. Beautiful defensive ult by Sona, getting 4 members in. Cataclysm being used, but we're having LeBlanc coming into the back line. So is Zaya. The carries are not being targeted, and even though that blue team's able to win, the LeBlanc able to get out, and we having a big turn of events here at 4-0. This is what blue team needed. They have to play this extremely intelligently. You could either go for another turret, or you're going for the Baron, but you have to do something. You can't let this this go by. I don't agree with this call at all. You have a 4 for 1, and you're going for a Wind Dragon. I don't know who's making calls for this team, but this is for shame. You're down a huge amount of gold, but you're not going to get this opportunity most likely for the rest of the event, and going ahead and landing a Wind Dragon is not going to win you this game. You have to be a little more aggressive. You're behind. I know you don't want to stretch too far, but when you get a 4 for 1, when a team is 10,000 gold up on you, a whole 10,000, you didn't have a single turret, and you 4 for 1 them, you absolutely can't just break off after a single tower and go towards Dragon. I really hope that they get another chance to be able to get back into this game and get another possible team fight win, but really, you never know. And if you're red team, you just got to calm yourselves down. You need to just go back to what you're doing best, and that's picking off players, getting this LeBlanc even more and more fed. She's 6-0-5, and just continue to keep winning this game. It doesn't really matter if you lost the Wind Dragon. That's not what's going to lose you this game. You just got to keep warding around the Baron, protect your turrets. You still have a massive gold lead. Just keep doing what you're doing. A little bit of a misclick by Sona, and not only did she get bursted out, but she lost that blast cone for her team. Just a little bit of nervousness on her part. 1, 5, and 13. She's playing really, really well. She's 100% kill participation, which for a losing team, for a support, is truly remarkable. And look at that Lucian, 8, 2, and 6. Again, 100% kill participation. This game has completely been being able to be kept close just by this bot lane, and that goes to show you that the combination of Jarvan, Lucian, and Sona being able to get this bot lane so far ahead like they were, that's keeping them in this game. But a fed Lucian is not going to be able to beat a fed LeBlanc any day, and without Lucian having that Guardian Angel up, really there's not much in a one-on-one battle. So here we have Leona going in. She's got the EQ, being able to pick off this Syndra. They're diving under turrets here. They know that they're stronger. They know that they're trying to be able to win this. Leona getting CC chain, pinball back and forth, into the kill, and good guy Sona picking up her second kill of the game. I know she didn't want it, but she didn't want to make sure that Leona was getting out. 1-for-1 trade. It's support for the mid laner. When you were the one that has the mid laner down, you want to go ahead and engage this. This is going to be a 4-on-4 eventually. Zaya picking up a double kill. Let's see if they can give her the triple. Come on, give her the triple, guys. And Warwick so greedy, taking that last kill, and now a 4-for-1 for red team. 11,000 gold up. They're looking to finish. All they're doing is looking at their watches, maybe do a little dance, maybe make a little love, push towers tonight, push towers tonight, and deciding not to wait for the minions. Nah, they don't want to do that. They want to go down to the mid lane and get the mid lane turret. Watch them go for the two inhibitor take. There's nothing blue team can do. They're just waiting for members to come up, and this is just absolutely crippling. And you got to think about who's shot calling for this team, because they had the 4-for-1 10,000 gold down, and they decided to take a single mid turret and go for the Wind Dragon. I know I keep bringing it up, but that was their chance. They could have went for Baron. They could have went for another mid turret, with possibly LeBlanc staying a little too late and getting killed with 4 members pressing upon her. And really, red team's just looking to finish this game. Great team fighting. LeBlanc being able to take out the Lucian one-on-one. Lucian, you can't be alone without no tank, no utility, no support. Really, all you got is your big items, and you and your big items, they're not going very far. Take one last look at the gold leads. I know it doesn't really matter too much at this point. Top lane up 3,000, jungler up 3,000, mid lane up an astronomical 4,000. Yeah, it's just up all over the board. Really, now even Xayah is up on gold on the Lucian, the one shining point on the blue team. And there's LeBlanc just taking names, taking numbers, getting kills, looking stylish. Fizz on that Ashe is, well, I can't really say any jokes based on that. This is a PG-13 show. They could have some children in the audience. I can't really say anything on that. This really dominating, excruciating, titillating, and exfoliating on the face of this blue team. 5 on the Baron. They're gonna go and try to lock this up. Jungler level is 2 up. That's a whole extra 100 damage on the smite. Jarvan's gonna try to steal this. Good guy, Jarvan. He's gonna try, but a little bit too late. Wow, and he stole it. I can't believe they let him do that. Stealing the Baron, Jarvan. Yogi Fufu. How are you let to do that? Where are the wards? Where's the blocking? Where's the smite? Come on, Durando, come on. Come on. You had 100 extra on your smite. You know, it's probably not going to matter too much with 2 super minions pushing down the middle. But, you know, you're feeling pretty bad. Maybe a little hot in the collar. You guys are getting a chance to win your first game here in the Well Played Games #2 event. You want to have a chance at these finals. You want to have a chance to try to go against the big guys, the winning teams. And just a little bit of nervousness on his side. On ultimate used by Sona, they might look to try to engage this. I don't see how this is very useful with the tower being down. You gotta have the tower taking advantage, but we have Jarvan coming back in. They have 2 kills on their team. They have a chance to take this. Wow, look at the blue team being able to get 2 kills and damage on a 3rd. And this is their chance back in this game. Baron being taken, big team fight win, and they have to be able to push these waves out towards the red team. Really diving onto this turret as red. I know you're confident. I know you have the gold lead, but guys, how many chances are you going to give this team? I was praising you earlier about how methodical you were becoming and how you were taking this mid game, but in late, you're just diving. You got to just follow this LeBlanc at 10-0 and 8. She'll tell you where to go. She'll tell you what to do. Just support her. Just like ward for her, tank for her. Just be everything that you can for her. Treat her like a princess. She'll lead you to the promised land. Well, because of the waves being pushed so far up, because of this mid inhibitor being taken by red team, blue is not able to get any sort of meaningful push or advantage by that team fight. They're just able to push some waves out. They should go back and push some items. They really shouldn't be starting this Elder Dragon because one more team fight loss and red team's going to be able to push this win. 9,400 gold up. That's all kinds of items. They're going to be building their final builds very shortly. Renekton's half an item away on full build. Warwick's got 1 item away. LeBlanc's 1 item away. Xayah is half an item away. Like really, they're the strongest that they could possibly be at 10,000 gold up. Engagement by the blue team. Renekton's trying to take all the damage that she can. Cataclysm used, being able to lock up the Xayah, finished by the Sona. That's a huge carry down from the red team. Blue's got a chance to take this back. They have a chance to win this game. Look at this team fight win, and they have a huge 3-for-0, and I can't believe that they're doing this. This was all started by the Jarvan getting this Baron, and they're trying to chase for more kills, but really, they gotta make sure to use as much of this advantage as possible, and that means taking the Elder Dragon for possible more team fight wins. Really, guys, just take the Elder Dragon, push your waves up, buy some items, and get in this next team fight. They have a huge momentum switch over towards blue team, and really, I can't believe this red team is letting this happen. This LeBlanc must be furious. She must be so angry at her team about how they could let this happen. Jarvan getting the smite. He's not letting this go. This is the smite master. He's the beast master. He's going in. He's taking the Elder Dragon. He's taking the Baron. And he's carrying this team. Getting the Lucian fed is not just the Lucian doing this. This is the Jarvan knowing where to gank, knowing how to take the objectives, and catapulting this team on his back. And they're going for the mid tower like I was suggesting for them to do it earlier. Sona using the ultimate on the Leona, and they're getting this team fight win, and they're pushing for this mid inhibitor. They have the Elder Dragon. There's only 3 up for red team. Xayah for some reason pushing top wave. I don't understand why she's doing this. Blue team on the middle inhibitor. They could look to finish this game. This is catastrophic by the red team if they're somehow able to turn this game as blue, and they're going for it. They have the 4-man, they have the 5-man, they're going on the Nexus turrets. It's 5-on-2. Renekton's up in 3 seconds. First Nexus turret down. They're able to get finally the kill on the LeBlanc. The first death, able to get on it. And what a game! What a series! I can't believe this. They're heading back. They're taking their advantages where they could get them. Renekton pushing a little bit far for my liking onto multiple members. And this game has just catapulted way back. The ultimate swing. 1,000 gold advantage now only for red team, but more importantly, the huge momentum shift. And I can't believe it. I literally cannot believe the switch in this game. 11,000 gold, everything going. No, not even a single turret down for blue team. 11,000 gold down, and they're able to bring this back. And you gotta thank that this Jarvan with this beautiful steal, the ganks on the bot lane, and I'm at a loss of breath already on the first game. This is how much action that we're having for this series. This bodes very, very well for this tournament. And what an honor it is to cast for a 3rd time for the Ontario Esports League, the OESL. Maybe in the past there was a couple of stomp games with some of the other series, but I can't wait. And I'm seeing my partner, Mr. Gold. He's can't wait to get in here. This game is almost done, and I'm gonna need his help with the rest of these games, because if this type of action is going throughout this series, there's no way I'd be able to do this alone. This is like casting an LPL Chinese game. And if you want to watch action, watch the RNG EDG Grand Final of the 2017 series that was just played at the 1st of September. And you want to see some Chinese action, some Chinese all-in aggression, just like you're seeing with this game, go ahead and watch that, and you will not be disappointed. Absolutely not like the Koreans. They fight, and then when they're done fighting, they fight some more. Baron's up. Either team, it's not absolutely necessary to kill this Baron. The towers are mostly down. The 2 naked inhibitors are showing from the blue team, and an open inhibitor right down the middle for red team. And here we have it, blue team engaging. That's Galio into Jarvan. They didn't hit the CC, so they're reconsidering this. Wow, just the W from the Lucian being able to pick up that kill onto Renekton, and they're doing it. The miraculous comeback is happening. Blue team, 3-for-0. They're going for it. They need the 5-man. What are you doing, Sona? Why are you going back there? Keep pushing with your team. They need to get this. Lucian being bursted by Xayah, and you gotta think, what the hell is Sona doing? Barek, you just caused your team to go down 2 people. It's now a 3-on-2 with their most powerful champion still left to defend. I know you were pushing the wave, Sona, but you just gotta go 5-man with your team, with the rest of them pushing up. That could have been the end of the game, and great job on red team. Good job on Zaya for picking up those 2 kills there at the end and saving your team. They had this. Blue team had it, and it was just a little bit of indecision or a little bit of a miscall from Sona. They're putting the 2 control wards, they're scanning it. They know that red team could be trying to rush Baron with 2 members of their team down, and that should be the absolute call that they should be making. They're not going to be up in enough time to get a rush down the middle or top inhibitor, but they will be able to get the early damage onto this Baron. If you're not going to start it, then you need to at least ward for it. Not a single ward put by red team. This is like the opposite of any sort of Korean games that I watch. You want to watch some warding? Watch Mata. The guy will purposely wait 10 minutes before finishing his last item to build 3 control wards every time so that his team has maximum vision. And here we are with the engage. Blue team getting onto the red team. And really the red team's got to be tilting at this point. Why are you sending 2 members into the darkness alone with no wards? And this is an absolute collapse. It's just the shattering before their eyes. I'm sorry, Renekton. I'm sorry, LeBlanc. This game could have been had, but blue team has got the overwhelming advantage here. Great engage by Galio, getting the E to the taunt. You got LeBlanc down to half health. Yeah, you didn't kill her, but she's got to head back to base to get full health. And you just want to go ahead and burst this Nexus. Don't let this last anymore. Keep bursting the Nexus. Ignore them. You don't need to kill them. Just win the game. And the victory is happening. Even gold at the end, but what a swing. This is going to be a one for the ages. I can't wait to relive this game, to look back on it and to see the see the crazy team fights that were happening. But wow, what what decision making, what turns, and even though Lucian got all those kills, look at that 32, that perfect kill participation by Sona, trying to carry her team at 4, 7, and 28, 100% kill participation, and being able to take this down. But here we have, this is the end of the event, the end of the game, and we're going to look to start the next event. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it on the screen until we're ready to start the next, and can't wait to cast the next one. RavExel and Well Played Games #2, Ontario eSports League, Raiders eSports Center, Yonge and St. Clair, Toronto.